I always forget to do that. Can y'all hear me? Neil McKenzie, member for 13 months. What is up? What is up? Thank you, Grizzly Bear. Welcome, welcome. It's still not my 57th yet. We're many minutes away, but I figured I would just throw it out here and hang out with you beautiful people. Not thinking a lot of people are going to be up, but I slept a good part of the weekend. It rained here the whole time. And yeah, Joe Isabella, thank you, brother. I've got Joe Isabella's just awesomeness scattered all around. If I didn't have lights that I needed to have, you would really be blown away. It's beautiful stuff. Got some different stuff on the table. El Cap Addict, what's up, buddy? Rob Tin Ring, Ground Fog, welcome everybody. Grizzly Bear, congratulations, buddy. I saw you win over at MPC EDC. Nobody listens to. I'm not still sharpening, but I did sharpen. This Satu hologram. Thank you, Neil McKenzie. I appreciate you, buddy. Oh, welcome, welcome, welcome. Whoops. I'll get used to my controls here in a second. Dean Griffin, what's up? But I put an edge on that hologram Satu did for me, and we'll cut with it in a second. It's super Sharpie. And then Chris229 sent me a couple of knives to check out that I'm going to review and eventually give away. But I'd never experienced some of these smaller cold steels. And this is the Airlight. And I put a smoking edge. The Tonto was fine, but I kind of screamed up the edge on that while I was listening tonight. Because I was listening to Justin and Molly. And then I really whipped this one up. You can't really see it there. I've got to pony up and get the next generation of StreamYard because it gives me a higher resolution. This is just, I think, broadcasting at 720. So it doesn't matter if I get a better camera right now. It would for my videos. Because, guys, my videos right now, and I promise, my goal is to make better content, make better quality content. You probably won't see a ton of edits, but I do want to have better content, better engagement. Right now, I'm kind of at this flux where I'm not buying knives, which is kind of good because I'm reaching out to companies. Some of them don't want to participate. Some of them, like traditional pocket knives, has been awesome after coming on the show. I'm sending these back to him tomorrow. These are the traditional pocket knives, exclusive, both the Penguin and the Hedgehog, some QSPs. And I wanted to bring you guys, I've been posting the link, not for shilly reasons, just because the prices are so good. And I might do a video tonight, depending on how late I go. And I could go very late, but depending on how late I go, I might do a video comparing, as you guys know, and what's in my pocket now. I love Jack Wolf knives. But if you look at these ones that are still in stock, 120 bucks, a lot of them have sold out. That's the button lock jig titanium, which I'm betting these are all the S90V. Let's see, hologrind. Yeah, these are all the hologrinds. So I have not seen these yet, but I've got one of those in Ultim here, but they've still got this one for 120, this one. These are S90V, titanium or Ultim. And then if you want just a regular plus, which is the bigger size that I was just showing you guys, this one here, it's in titanium, jig titanium and M390. It's marked down to 100 bucks. This sale ends tomorrow at 12 Eastern time. This little guy, which is this little guy right here, is on sale for 70 bucks. But the best deal, and the one that I'm going to try to do the video, and I don't know if they still have the, yeah, they do. They've got this one. You can get any of the carbon fiber exclusive hedgehogs, or this titanium, the one that I've really been enjoying, that I've got to send him back tomorrow, unfortunately, because this one's actually a little thinner. I'm usually not a jig titanium slip joint guy, but I'm going to show you guys the difference, because this video won't go out till tomorrow, but it's much, much thinner. M390, hollow ground, put together as well as my Feel Good Jack. Again, it's not S90V, but it is what it is. It feels great. All the reviews on it are great. I loved, and I need to get it out. I got the carbon fiber when they first went on sale, and I bought it for, which one did I get? The purple. Where was it? And I would not recommend the Purple Cow carbon fiber unless you're not looking for deep purples. There's some other colors that I've seen that are more awesome, but these are all 105, right? They're hollow grind M390 knives, 105 bucks. The Jack Wolf in my pocket that I love that are on sale here. They're everything on Austin's site right now is on sale till tomorrow at, I think, 12. It's his summer sale. So if you've liked the Ohio River Jack, his first knife, but never really wanted to jump into it, there are a few left, right? For under 100 bucks, M390. All of these, if I'm not mistaken, are OEM by QSP. This is a bigger knife. I got to experience these at Blade Show, but they're just, I mean, really well made, modern traditionals. If that's something you're into, the sale goes through tomorrow. Feel free to check it out. I'm really blown away by the, I'm not sharing anymore. I'm sitting here talking to no one. Thanks, El Cap Addict. That's what I was trying to show, and I thought I was showing through that, but evidently I wasn't. I'll give it a quick, just to show you guys the prices real quick, see if it'll share. But so all these, this one's sold out, but these three are still available. They're S90V hologrind button lock penguins, right? For 120 bucks. This is the Hedgehog, which M390 hologrind. I put it up against my Jack Wolf, and I'm going to make a video tonight doing just that. A lot of these are available for 105 bucks. I know that's more of an acquired taste, but the Penguin Plus, like this guy right here, the little bit bigger Penguin frame lock M390 is 100 bucks, and the Mini, where was it, is 70 bucks. And then you've got this these Lake Champlains, which are a little bit larger, but super nice knives. There are a few of them left at 130 bucks, right? Normally 200 bucks, super thin, super slicey, very nice knives. So again, it brings up a question. You know, I will never, ever say a Jack Wolf knife is not worth every penny, because I love them. And to me, they're worth every penny. If I was buying knives, I would have bought the little Midnight Fix EDC, because I think it's a great knife. And yes, it was 230 bucks, but I've said this a lot, and I don't have any imports out on the table, but I've got a little superlative, this little guy. And again, I'll be the first to admit, I don't always make the best buying decisions, but I bought this little guy, M390, great little pocket knife, dropper for like 195. So this was about $40 less than the Midnight. Well, I don't see my little Griffin. I've got a Griffin Scout. Great knives. I'd buy them again. They've got a new one coming out. I'm very interested in it, but it was like 265, 270 bucks. This knife was 275. So I know that there are a lot of people that think for what they are, they're overpriced. And when I look at this knife, which to me is every bit, it's nice. Now it's not S90V. It doesn't have, let me just show you. We'll look at it side by side. We're just killing time. I figured I'll break out the carbon fiber. So the interesting thing to me, they're both M390, blade stock's identical, but the body up of the titanium is thinner. Does that mean I like it better? No. I like it, and I would have probably added it because this is my third hedgehog. I've given away one of the original QSP hedgehogs. But anyway, what I was going to do, break both these knives out, right? So the Jack Wolf has beautiful belt satin. It's done extremely well. I mean, I can't take anything away from it. Let me get some paper. But that cost me $2.99. I'm glad to have it. I've got another one, a low drag jack, that also I think cost me $2.89. It might have cost me $2.89 because I think I got it on sale. These knives are on sale for $105. My fan's competing with me, but it's M390 carbon fiber titanium. Probably much more mass produced. We see more of these, but great deals on these. I do have a link on my link tree, and I do have a code. So on exclusives, I've got it on my link tree, but it's Javon TPK. So it's like JUHVON and then TPK for traditional pocket knives. That gets you $5 off an exclusive. So this knife that's 105 bucks, you'd get it for 100 bucks. If you're looking at the regular knives, I've got a code Javon10 if you use the link, and that saves you 10% on the other knives. He carries now a lot of Vostides, and he's got some Vostides in stock that you don't see in stock everywhere. So good stuff. What is up, Paul Mills? Thank you, Todd. Thank you. I'm 30 minutes away, dude. I'm going to hang on to 46 as long as I can. Ed, I thought they were sold out, but even if they sell out, reach out to Austin because this one is getting cleaned up. It's only cut paper, perfectly centered. I've checked it out. It's going back to him along with these others. And you know, like I said, one of my top five, my first five knives was the Denim Micarta D2 Penguin. I love that knife. I held on to it forever. I'm not a huge Ultim fan, but this has grown on me. And they now see that they have it in 3 other titaniums. One of the Raw's out of stock, but they've got black titanium button lock, and they've got the kind of goldy bronze titanium button lock. But the S90V hollow grind. Now the flat grinds cut just as good. But dudes, that to me is just taking that. Thank you, the Night's Edge. I appreciate you, brother. You did not have to do that, but I definitely appreciate you. I need to turn down my effects before I deafen everybody with them, but I will be using them, and I do appreciate it. But this knife, in all its different configurations, I think on sale it's 120. Is that too much? I don't know. You know, like I said, my D2 my Carta was 32.95. I remember they were selling the carbon fiber, if I'm not mistaken. Y'all, this is not any of the exclusives, but y'all remind me. I think they were selling them for about $89 or $99. So I think $120 for S90V hologrind, great price. And then the Plus, which is not a huge knife, it's smaller than my paramilitary 2, but it does give me a full 4-finger grip. And these are there in titanium and M392. That's the difference in your OG Penguin and your Penguin Plus. And then the Penguin Mini does not have a flipper tab. It's just got a thumb stud. That's its size. I think it's $70. So they've got some good deals on these that they're moving out, and they've got good deals across the whole site. So I'm not gonna take you through it and make you look at it unless anybody's interested in it. But there are some great deals through noon tomorrow at TPK. And again, I take nothing away from Jack Wolf. I really dig them. I'm a huge fan. I just when I look at value to value, there's something most of the things that I share on my channel, and really most things that everybody shares on their channel, with the exception of the guys that take the time to use reliable equipment and test knives, or do cut tests like Stasa, like Jared, like others who actually take the time. I'm just giving opinions, subjective opinions, the stuff that I like, the stuff that I buy, because up until here recently, everything in my channel that I reviewed, I bought. And to a big degree, the knives that I'm asking to review are knives that I would buy if I could. And I'm just lucky to be able to get some of them in. So that's why you're seeing more revisiting the older knives videos for a couple of reasons. For one, because since I quit buying knives several months ago, I rediscovered, because I've been blessed and I've got a fuck ton of knives to choose from, but I've really enjoyed rediscovering knives that I didn't carry for a long time. So a lot of these knives are not just still in production, but they're easy to find on NASL, places like that, or Blade Binge. Freudian slip there. But like the Spyderco Shaman, which I always liked this knife. I carried it for a while. I put the scales on it. I put the clip on it. It was one of my favorite knives. I was chasing knives I think I was into the channel then, but chasing knives to try to show stuff, and it went in my case, right? And by the way, I don't know if these are still in stock, but the only reason I posted, and the only reason I try to post on my community tab with my affiliate links when I see a unique knife, it was CTS XHP. Not everybody likes that. It's one of my favorite steels. I love the way it sharpens, and Blade HQ had these in stock with G10, which you can mod it any way you want to, but just a great knife. And I've been carrying it again a lot. Another knife that I love that I don't think you can find anymore, but if you find it on a secondary, I don't know what they're going for. I've heard crazy prices, but I picked this up at my local knife store, St. Nick's Knives, when they were in the mall, Parkway City Mall, Park Place Mall, I guess, by the time I bought it. But when I first got back into the knife hobby, this was probably one of my top 10, my first 10 knives, maybe my first Benchmade, because I think they had it on sale. It was $158. It is a first production. I've got to break out my Meritech magnifying glass. Number 933 out of 1,000. It's just S30V, but as far as Benchmades go, as I almost throw it out of my hand, it is the thickest, beefiest Benchmade that I didn't even know existed until I went to that store and checked it out. So again, a knife that I got a long time ago, carried for a while, appreciated its thickness, appreciated its action, appreciated the fact that it felt like different Benchmades in my collection, perfectly centered, never needs any maintenance, and it went back in the case. So hopefully by bringing some of these videos out, I know not the majority of you, but a lot of you are probably like me and you've got a shitload of knives or knives that you might not carry anymore or that you might not give as much love to as you did before. And that's understandable because if you've got stuff that's always coming in and you're checking out stuff, it's easy to let stuff kind of fall along the wayside. A knife that I put in a video the other day that I think, what stream program? The backdrop is something I use from an app called Canva. I run my channel with 3 apps. The stream app is StreamYard, and I learned that from Lefty and those guys were using it. So StreamYard.com, you can use it for free, or you can get different tiers of membership that give you different stuff, right? And then I use a mobile app called Canva, which lets me make thumbnails. It let me kind of make my intro that I've stitched together just by throwing shit together, right? Without having to have any kind of skill. And then I use an app that's like $4.99 a month called Bazaar that takes backgrounds out of my images so I can pop them on thumbnails. And it also makes all my AI cats for my Friday Night Flick videos. But this knife, guys, I had not carried. I bought it, reviewed it, thought it was great, marveled at its thinness, the fact that it's got such good action on washers. This is the Quiet Carry Drift. In Van X, you know, one of those that's supposed to be all weatherproof. And I think I'm going to do a video, maybe this week, on just my thinnest, sliciest knives. Because this knife is thinner than my TRMs. It's not, you know, you want thicker knives for some things, but for me, for my urban EDC, most of the stuff that I do, because I'm just a low-key, non-element exposing myself to use my shit guy as much, I'm opening packages, thinner knives work well for me. And this one's a great size. The one thing I love about an Oz Roosevelt, which is still on my grill list and will eventually be owned by me, it's the ergonomics and the way that the choil integrates into my hand. And this knife does it for a fraction of the price. It is on washers, so it's not going to be as drop shutty as some people like. But I've really started to appreciate knives on washers because to me they feel so much more sturdy. That's why I've been trying to do some experimentation videos, and I'm going to do the Vero Axon this week, where I add the skiff thick washers to it and remove the bearings to see how it improves the action. My J-Cape, I always say J-Cape, my McNeese is still on washers. I took it off. This was the first trial that I did. I'd heard that it works very well on washers, but it's perfectly centered. It's running on skiff thick washers, so it's still drop shut with a little shake. It's not fall shut, but there's something kind of for me, and it's probably my old age, getting ready to be 57, that I like to kind of push it shut. And maybe it's after I spent some time with the Chris Reeves and watching OCD for EDCs live tonight. I don't know if y'all saw he and Molly. He featured one. I get them confused, but it was one of them. You guys probably saw it. Hey, Roman M. But a great knife. And then also, I've got it over there. I put my Civivi Baby Banter just for an experiment because I had the right size. I'm going to grab it. To see how a knife with just steel liners, you know, your basic, it's centered perfectly because there's nowhere for it to go. And it is now running on washers. You put some Slick 'em All in there from OCD for EDC. Bearings are fun. Now, I'm not saying replace your bearings with washers, but I really do appreciate washer knives now more than I did before, which really doesn't surprise me because my knife likes and dislikes have gone all over the board. Night's Edge, have a good night, buddy. Thank you for stopping in, dude. And if I was on a normal sleep schedule and had anything responsible to do tomorrow except make content, and that's another thing, guys, my content is now for some reason taking 5 times as long to upload. It used to upload everything uploaded from my iPhone, and my iPhone's fine because I ran a bunch of diagnostics on it. But now I have to save the video, drop it to my iCloud because I don't have a Mac, I've got a PC, and then download it to process it. So it takes me, what used to take me 20 minutes to upload all my weekly videos is now taking me hours. And I've got very short attention span. So if you guys start to see days, a fifth pocket carry knife, what are you looking for budget wise? I mean, just throw out a roughly. I mean, I think the cold steel. Let me show you a couple. I'm going to start with the low end, and I'm going to go to Blade HQ just because that's where I went when I first started looking at knives, and they usually got them in style. So we're going to go for the Airlight. No, the cold steel. What's it called? What's it called? There it is. Mini Turf. So that's a great, very basic, doesn't cost a lot of money. I've had like 4 of them, 2-inch satin blade. I think it's in nothing fancy, OS 8A. And then I would also, if you want to go fancy for a fancy fifth pocket knife for a really good price, this tried and true design that's been around forever. I give it the full green light in terms of I would recommend it to my mom. It's this little QSP Penguin. It's a tiny little knife. It's going to come in at 3 1/4 inches closed. And I've got several videos on my favorites, like the Devo nip. If you can wait, there's a nip coming out that's a more mid-range nip that's got a really nice finger choil. That's the VV Baby Banter. It comes in both this kind of spear point, and it also comes in a Warncliffe, but it's got a really nice finger choil. It really just depends on what your main goal is. All of them will be great auxiliary knives that'll help you open packages. You'll find yourself, like I do with fixed blades, using them more than your primary folders just because they're less threatening and they're easy to get out. But I think for $70, M390 and titanium in a Penguin, which again is a great knife, is a winner. One other thing I didn't point out on all the S90Vs and hopefully on all Austin's exclusives, they cut a for real cutting sharpening choil, which penguins have never had. They always sharpen fine. You just sharpen from the back from that plunge, but it's nice to see a choil in there. Lander is a great knife, Rob. Everything Ben, I had the Wee Banter was with my first Wee knife that I ever bought, and I bought it solely because I was watching Ben and what's his name? Somebody throw it out there. Who is Ben's buddy? He had a show for a while, just stopped it. Ben and what's his fucking name? What's his name? Ben and not Luke. What was Ben's name? But anyway, they had a show on Blade HQ that I watched a lot. That's where I got my early intro kind of into channels, the whole thing. And I would take their advice a lot, and I wouldn't get Zach exactly. Ben Zach. What's up, guys? But I never got burned on any recommendation because they wouldn't highly recommend knives, but I've rarely been burned on recommendations from watching content because I can tell. Chris Jones, thank you, brother. Welcome. I hope you come back, dude. Thank you for that, dude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And guys, we're still 13 minutes away from when I age one more year, but I look at it as another celestial lap well run. I survived it. So that's all that matters. Chicago 23, stay up and hang, buddy. Stay up and hang. We're going to talk knives. We can talk shenanigans. I'm not ready to get into my drama channel yet, and I've been thinking about that a little more. There's nothing to be gained by drama. You know, I've always kind of, and I hold myself up because believe it or not, you hear drama about yourself from other like sources that we're all kind of plugged into, and I'm fine with it. I never want to be like reactionary. I just know that if I continue to fly straight to yeah, I'm using affiliate links now, but like I said, I'd welcome anybody to look through the retailers that I recommend and go through my personal pre-channel up to when I was buying knives, histories with those guys, how many knives I bought from them, so I feel comfortable with them. I saw a video. I'll get a little dramatic, and this isn't. I'd have to go find the video, but you guys have heard about the Survive knives. I heard about it for the first time a couple of weeks ago. They were a fixed blade company that made, allegedly, when you got them, some of the finest USA made fixed blade knives. They were around for 10 years, but they took a lot of orders, pre-orders. Change up the backside of your new B-up. Oh, you're talking about that one right there? I did charge it up. But for some reason, Joe, and it's because of my studio lights, I'm sticking it under my brightest light. But even under my studio lights, it doesn't do it justice. But dude, I sat there last night. I tried to do a late night Instagram with them, but that was after I played with them in the dark, and they're awesome. But this dude, and I have to go find his video, but what happened with Survive Knives was a bad situation, right? Coming from the woodworking industry, I've seen companies roll their invoices into capital to continue to running a company. It's not the best way to do it, but it's done. Anyway, Survive Knives evidently was robbing Peter to pay Paul up until the end. A really well-known video guy who I think is 100% legit came in trying to save it because the knives that were out there were not only very good, but there were 1,000 to 3,000 people who had bought knives who hadn't had the orders filled. So all this back and forth with the different principals of the company making different stories. Long story short, a lot of people got screwed. And the purpose of this guy's video was calling out reviewers who hype Survive Knives, but he didn't say who hyped. He said, all you reviewers who hype these knives from these companies who aren't even legit companies, you're part of a Ponzi scheme. And I left a real long comment. He hadn't, he hadn't replied to it yet, and it was just simply, "Hey, buddy, I talk about knives. I've never heard about Survive Knives until just recently, but I don't think you should group in a lump of people as purveyors of fraud, as you call it, or purveyors of a Ponzi scheme." Which, personally, knowing business, I think you had a very eccentric artist running a business that got bigger than he could manage. I don't think it was nefarious. I think he was trying to find a way to make it work. That doesn't excuse it. That doesn't make it right. And that doesn't make him not answer emails. But it doesn't make a couple things. A, I would not recommend knives. Absolutely. Absolutely. And if people were still reviewing them at that point without stating all the issues, that's a bad thing. And my point to this gentleman was, name names. You say you're not going to name names. You're just going to lump all knife reviewers in together. And I think there are all kinds of knife reviewers that review knives for all the different purposes. I don't know if you saw Rochambeau's Remet video he put up the other day, but y'all ought to go watch it, because he went back and forth with a really nice guy who has a channel, a really popular channel, and he tests, HRC tests, different blades, especially imports. And Rochambeau was curious about it, so he reached out, sent the video to Laren to see if that was even a valid tester for knives. It turns out it's not. So Rochambeau sent the guy a really nice DM. The guy sent the DM back. I've seen the messages, so I have people in a group. Very courteous, and he said, "Hey, man, my channel's an entertainment channel." And Roll said, "Well, that's not really cool because you got a lot of followers, and what you're saying is kind of disparaging." And this company, Remet, has reached out to Roll and reached out to another big YouTuber, offering to try to get them the right HRC tester so they can test their knives and other knives. They can use it. Those are expensive pieces of equipment, but it just shows that everything out there, what you see at first is not always true. And there are people with different objectives. I'm going to leave it just at that. So different reviewers, they're all great. They all have a place, but they do it for different reasons. Some do it because it gets them clicks. It gets them views. They're an entertainment channel, like this guy said. I'm going to share Roll's video, and I hope he links, because I'll share the one that he linked. And see, Todd, you know what else was ridiculous? And I love Maddie for calling it out. The very early, that first flipper that Rosecraft made. And I think I've not experienced one, but I think Rosecraft makes nice knives now. I haven't tried one, so I can't say here or there. But until you really try one, and to me, trying one's not going out and seeing what the lock tension is going to hold up to, right? To me, it's just using it like I would use a knife for a week. And hopefully, every review, and if you read my bio, which I know very few people do, I'm just a knife guy, just like you guys who always was in chats, buying knives, enjoying knives because I was learning about them from you guys and from other creators. And I rarely got burned because I knew what I was looking for. And I learned real quick, shit that Lefty hated turned out to be some of my favorite knives. Lefty shit on this knife. This is before I knew him as a person, but I knew what kind of knives Lefty liked and didn't like. So it gave me the go-ahead to get a cold steel 80/15. So it's all about, and I don't think many people just follow. I think in other industries and other influencer, and we're not influencers, we're knife guys, but if you look at the YouTube money model in like beauty and fashion, there are people, I'm not going to name them, they were a knife person, but they can make a lot of money shilling fashion stuff because they've got a big audience. And knives are different. So if I recommend a knife or give it my seal of approval, I'm only giving my seal of approval on that one knife. But I won't be reviewing the knife from whatever company if I know if you buy it from any company that you feel comfortable with and have had good experiences with, or any on my link tree, and you have a problem with it, you can send it back to them and they'll give you your money back, or they'll swap it for another knife or something else. So it's really kind of a low risk game, but everybody likes different stuff. Joe, some of them are real good. You know, the only Remet, they reached out to me one time, and they're the one company that I have had show up in my inbox. First, they hit me up on Instagram because they'd seen that I focus on a lot of fixed blades, and they had one that they wanted not only me to check out if I wanted to, but give them feedback on. So I did, and I did a video, and I gave it away. Sitting over there, it's going to Marco tomorrow. And I said, it's a great knife for what it is, $48 D2 full tang camp knife. I don't think you need the ferro rod on it because it only strikes the ferro rod in one area on the spine, and it comes with a little striker, so you could save the money with that. I don't think you need the big tech lock, and I think you need to make a smaller EDC version. I think small knives, and guys, if you like small fixed blades, Axel has killed it with this Alpine. It's a USA made Magna Cut knife for, I think, 260, 70 bucks, depending on the handle. And you can get it in a Warncliffe, a Drop Point, or a Tanto. And there's another knife. This is my ADHD. I apologize. But there's another knife that I've been carrying almost every day. And this is the Big Idea Design Lookout. They're a company in Chattanooga. I say this over and over, but it's only 45 minutes from me. And I've talked to one of the guys that runs the company. They just shipped out their first 425 USA made, Chattanooga made lookouts that are just like this. They do come in a wood box instead of the box I got. And unfortunately, I think they come in a leather sheath, but I love the way this titanium clip works on these sheaths. They give you a right and a left hand one. But their US is Magna Cut, just like this, which is a smaller EDC fixie. This one is M390 with a titanium handle. It's 200 bucks, and the USA made's 300 bucks. And then the coolest thing going on in fixed blades, which unfortunately I'm not in the position to do anything on yet, is what Alex is doing. Alex Steingraber, SPK, with the Shark. Are y'all familiar with the Shark? We're going to have to go. This used to be a knife that you could not get because he could only make a few of them because he's making Lamias all the time, right? One of my favorite USA made knives, the Lamia, is an absolute beast. So what Alex is doing is he's employed his CNC machines and he's selling Sharks for 125 bucks in LMAX. And this is, again, probably one of the most popular. Granted, the other ones were more hand ground. That's perfect for me. You can pay like an extra 10 or 20 bucks if you want a Kydex sheath. The reason he's selling them without Kydex sheaths is there are so many companies like Oak City Leather and others that have shark setups. Um, what a great deal by a U.S. maker who makes some of the finest stuff out there. Paul, I'm eventually going to get one, buddy. He's going to keep dropping them. Um, Follow him, sign up to his page, and just go. They'll sell out, guys. Lamia's sell out, but as long as he continues to make them available, and from what I've heard from his lips via Instagram, he's in a position now to put many more out into the market because of the way he's streamlined his manufacturing capabilities. I want one. I've never even held one, but I've loved it before I even like fixed blades. It is an absolute winner. And the sheath I would get for $94, you can go to Oak City Leather. Well, it's actually a little bit more because the one at Oak City Leather is if you want the shark exclusive. So let's say we want the shark exclusive. You wouldn't need the shark exclusive. You could get the $94 sheath like I've got, which is this one for $94, and choose your pocket dropper or any clip you want. And I bet the shark's in here. There's the shark. So you could go with that, or you could go bougie, which is probably what I would do. I'm not buying now, but if I was, I would jump on. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I hope y'all can see what I'm scrolling on. I don't want to waste y'all's time because it's. This guy makes scales for knives, by the way. For like, they might have taken these off. Let's see. With the new shark coming, he might have said, fuck it, I'm not going to make those because they had alligator in them. Yeah, they're not making those anymore. So your shark, there are a lot of people that make sheaths, but I've bought 2 of these, and I had 2 of them come on the secondary when I bought chickadees, and they're fantastic sheaths. Thank you, guys. It is that time. Woo. I don't have any special effects. I can do the we could have it a little bit tedious like that. But these are great little pocket droppers. I appreciate you guys being here for my birthday, man. This is just it just happened to be, and I didn't do anything last night live, and tomorrow night Rand Demonoids going live, and they're doing something really cool. I'll share a link tomorrow. I'm only gonna probably do Friday nights. Thank you, Roman. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, everybody. Was that Alec Baldwin? That was his second one. But yeah, guys, I appreciate it. But yeah, I'm probably gonna just do Friday nights and then an occasional weird night, right? Like if I happen to be up, I might do one. Just don't know, right? I know Fridays will be a thing as long as I'm running the channel, as long as I'm putting up videos. I love Chris, have a good night, man. Have a great Monday, and y'all have a killer freaking week. 57 years young, Paul. That is it. And I'll tell you guys, age is a number. Gravity's real. You do get older. Shit gets more achy. You run into things that you got to overcome, but you don't have to feel. Ed, I'm not I will consume drama, but I was even saying earlier, I might hint at drama, but I never want to be the guy to talk drama. Now, if something comes out that's scandalous, that's kind of, I mean, there's something stewing right now that until I know, I mean, if people are getting taken advantage of who are friends of mine by people who are also reaching a lot of you guys, however they do, I always try to mediate things from behind the scenes. And there's several cases. I don't talk about it. I don't. If anybody wants names, I can let you talk to a couple of people who I've helped mediate differences before they became drama. I don't think drama is good, but I also realize that this platform is used specifically with this community because we're knife guys for a lot of different reasons, right? So, and that doesn't mean that all the different reasons people don't have and don't like cool knives, but there's just there are levels, right? So it's not that any are wrong if you're defrauding or you're misleading. Todd Card, thank you, brother. My man, where's my gong? Where's my gong? Dude, 12 months. I appreciate your support so much, man. So much. That means everything. No, but I think everybody, viewers, because guys, the drama that I watch, and I won't talk about it long because y'all start dropping like flies, are these IRL streamers, what all of our youth are watching and what all the youth want to be. And people drop them donations for doing the craziest, cringiest, stupidest shit. And to me, that is so just humiliating. Drink Water gifted 1 membership. What is up? What is up? Let me find out who got that, guys. Hold on. I don't have the other chat open. Thank you, thank you, thank you, my friend. Let's see what I got here. Let's see what I got here. Where's my chat? Where's my chat? There it is. But no, so I'm watching a lot of odd content, but I don't think I ever want to be in the drama. Mirsal, what is up? And Nick Tragliavera was gifted a membership by Drink Water. Say thank you to Drink Water, buddy, and we will have another member giveaway probably Friday. So definitely get on that. What is up, Hinder Collector? Good to see you, man. But yeah, so the only drama that I'll be involved in, I'll try to do it behind the scenes because I think that's where most differences are handled. Communities are big places. There are a lot of different beliefs. That's why I always say choose debate, not hate. I don't have any preconceived notions or don't judge people based on their political affiliation, based on their religious affiliation, based on their race, based on their sexual orientation. None of that matters to me. I'm just kind of a character guy. And I get burned a lot, not because I believe those things. It's just it's because I give people the benefit of the doubt probably more often than not, right? I'm learning. I think we all are because we've had situations in the community where things have happened, but that's the only drama that I'll inject myself in. So if I see a situation where something's gone bad and I can use my little channel to say, hey, this is kind of my thoughts on a situation, do with it what you will. Thank you, Hinder Collector. Dude, what you'll all find out is when you turn a certain age, usually I think it really happens after you're 21 or 19 if you made it if you were able to drink when you were 19. But that's kind of when I quit counting birthdays. Now, I celebrated them probably up to my mid-30s. Then you're a parent if you go that route, which I totally commend you if you don't. But if you go that route, it kind of changes. And then when you get to be my age and you're just kind of hanging out, Neil McKenzie, have a good night, brother. Thank you for stopping by, guys. I appreciate all of you. And I'm just here because I was chilling and thought we would all chill, whoever wanted to be here. maybe some of our across the pond people, I don't even know what time it is, and I need to have a clock. Let's see, time in London, 6:11 a.m. I need to get a clock widget. I know I can do that through Chrome, but I never go through and tweak stuff like that. Stephen Clayton, what is up, brother? Dude, I'm joking about making another channel. I'm absolutely joking. That's when I say a drama channel, that is me kidding. And being a drama dude, that's something I never really want to do. And I can tell you, just doing one channel, if I had it to do over again, or if I was going to recommend, if somebody came to me and say, "Hey, I want to start a channel, what should I do?" The first thing I'd say is just do it, make your first video. But what I did is I jumped into it where I was doing 2 videos a day because I had so many knives. And then I got down to 1 video a day, which I've tried to maintain, but it's a struggle. I mean, after a year and a half, 2 years, it's especially when I'm not buying knives right now like I was. I'm still blessed to have people send me knives, companies send me knives to check out. Um, but yeah, it's you've got to come up with different ideas. And one of the cool things that's happened to me, kind of in this unemployment arc that I'm on right now. I mean, I'm still a digital dude. I work with an agency. I've just been doing a lot of channel focus. And it's just kind of a lot of soul searching, right? I'm kind of like at that stage. What do I really want to do? Um, but yeah, content is great. Um, I enjoy it because I still enjoy knives. And what I'm trying to figure out is, do I really enjoy the knives? And I think I do because I'm opening my eyes to different knives. And now that I'm not buying knives, I'm rediscovering knives from 2, 3, 5 years ago that I only bought a couple of years ago that I love then. Do I love any less now? And the truth in a lot of cases are no. I love them just as much as I did then. I've just kind of put them aside because something new's come out that I didn't want to miss out on, that I wanted to get, that I started to carry. And was it because it was a better knife, or was it because it was new and I felt like I needed to carry it? There's a lot of that stuff that I'd kind of like to understand about me. I never really want to talk about it on a channel because I think everybody's knife journey is different. And that's another thing that I think is great about this community, is because we're kind of like all on this hike where knives kind of are the common thing, but they're different reasons, right? Some people will get a knife or a couple of knives because, by God, they use them every day. They use them hard, and that's the real deal. People like me, I just like knives. I like to cut little shit. I like to see how they're made. I don't have any of that capability, any of that skill to put things together. So when I see something that's done cool, I've thought about it, P and W Funworks. I've thought about doing a little short thing during the day, but it's kind of crazy because I think I take too much time right now. I have not I never do a script. Everything that you'll ever see of mine, even if you watch the video from today, like the very end, Tippy came through and totally trashed the camera and everything, but I just kept shooting it because it was the very end. But I do think about what would people want to see, right? So I'm getting ready to do a video that's kind of a crapshoot. It's knives that I don't talk about a lot, but they're cool knives, and I just wanted to show them off. But everything in my analytics, which you get shown that when you go into your YouTube studio to upload a video, which I've now got to do because my iPhone's not wanting to do it for whatever reason. I think it's an app update. But all of my videos that get a lot of views, and I say a lot of views, I don't get any videos that get over 10,000 views, but the ones that get the most are fixed blades, either fixed blades compilations or that little Boker BFF that I've got a tons of views. This knife got tons of views. I think there's a wider audience. Personally, I just think, or the people that are offered a chance to see my video, that's why I always say, like the video. I try not to say that, but the point of liking and commenting, and I don't even think commenting is that important, but it just does for some reason. And I've still got to find the best time to let a video loose. I always let them go out like at 8 in the morning, but YouTube judges like its first 45 minutes of performance, right? And that determines how many impressions, i.e., how many chances people have to see your video. I don't understand all that, but I know from some of the shit that I've been reading that's true. And the reason I say it's funny and it's true is my career for the last 10 years has been a digital marketing guy. I was a manager, one of like 38 managers around the country for Spectrum. And I was one of their digital ad managers. So the reason I first started YouTube was to learn the type of analytics that YouTube analytics gave you, because I was seeing it all. I was seeing YouTube traffic through Google Analytics. But I don't want to run a channel off of analytics. I really don't. I don't want to. I totally agree, dude. I totally agree, and I think it's just finding, because like I say, I'm not following obviously what my analytics say people want to see, because I think most of the people that show up for my lives that I talk to, they like a lot of different stuff. So I just got to find a balance, and I'm comfortable with it. I'm stoked that there's one person that watches my stuff. I mean, because I'd probably do it if nobody was. It's therapeutic to me. And that's probably true, El Cap. I know Bees has done a lot of research, and he's done exceptionally well. And I noticed that G-Ball gets, like, when he puts a video out, he gets 1,000 views, like, right out of the chute. So I don't know if he's got all of his people going in and watching his videos, but he's doing something right, because he gets a ton of views. And it's not, to me, like I say, it's just about making videos, because I feel like if I make a video, it's always going to be out there. No one watches disassembly videos, me neither, unless I need to disassemble something. So I always feel like I do that just because I kind of like it, and it might live on, right? Somebody might actually find it down the road. It might help somebody. But yeah, I'm not gonna. I can't chase views. I can't chase. I just got to do. I think if I'm me and I'm authentic, and as long as I continue to like it, and it's a struggle sometimes. Sometimes I'm not always wanting to do it, but I feel like that's why on Sundays and weekends I'll try to get videos staged out for a few days, because you don't always want to do it. You've kind of got to be in the mode, and it's got to be a knife. That's why I can't imagine just having a bunch of knives being sent to me and making videos about how they all are awesome. Something has to interest me in some form or fashion, either the way it looks, or the way it locks, or the company that makes it is a company that I've kind of always been interested in. It would be hard for me as a person, just me, and this is just a personal observation, to make a video on a knife that was, and I know there are a lot of people that would love it, but it would be hard for me to show it and be excited about it. Absolutely, Steve. And that's how I learned how to take everything apart. That's how I learned. And the funniest was Lefty, when he would do it. I was brand new into the game, and I would just yell at the TV because he'd leave out a bushing or something. But then I was always like, why would you want to even keep up with that? And I was scared to take anything apart. And then when I really started appreciating some of my nicer American knives, is those would be the ones that you would think you would want to take apart the least. But like with Hinderers, with their tri-way pivot system, taking those apart, I realized how simple, if you design it right, a knife can be and be very effective. And then I started to take apart a lot of different knives, and they're all really, really unique. I enjoy playing with them. I'm trying to think if I've ever messed up a knife. I messed up a raccoon for a while, but I went back to it after I put it away and said, this is pissing me off because I couldn't get the button right. And then I got a ballpoint pen spring and cut it down and made it work just right. But it's it's not fun to make a disassembly video and run into a struggle bus. You kind of want it to be smooth, but I think people would rather watch a little bit of a struggle bus. But again, those videos don't get a lot of views. But again, to me, it's not about views. I want to put out a video a day. If somebody watches it and digs it, great. I am going to definitely do the Friday night flicks. I'm going to stick with doing that pretty much every Friday. And then, a couple times a month, I'm going to jump in and do some later night stuff, just some random stuff. And there might be some times that there are blanks in the day where I'm feeling I've got something to show off, or I won't go vertical. I won't do I think the consensus has been you guys don't like the portrait style videos, even if you're on mobile. You much prefer the full size videos or the whatever we're doing now. So I'm game for either way there. But yeah, man, that's what I want to do. I just want to continue to get to know people, hopefully bring more people into the live streams. And yeah, just contribute something. Something. Let's get some, I know what I forgot to do. I forgot to put in some chilling music. I usually do music late at night, guys. He makes some fantastic, fantastic blades. Todd, I totally agree. I think they should call them reservations. Pre-orders to me, I think explains, and I've had a conversation with Suzanne, but it's really just the two of them plus their people. But I think a pre-order or a reservation, you're asking for a spot of 50 or however many they're going to be. So it is tricky, and I've even told them I think the community's perception of a pre-order is totally different than what you guys are offering. But I'll definitely, because they don't really do drops, because they will say we're gonna do 50 of these. You can buy them, and we'll ship them to you when they're done, instead of just dropping them and having it crash their site. Tim Kell is one of the few people, and I've got his shirt on right now, but I've met a lot of people in the knife industry at shows. I met Tim and Suzanne through commenting on their stuff. Suzanne's his wife. She does the social media, but they do some really cool stuff. I respect him for what he's done in the past. I think he's a good guy. I've talked to him several times in person, and I watch his shows on Sunday mornings. I don't know if you guys have ever gone in and watched. They do about a 2 or 3 hour kind of state of the union, what's going on in the shop, what's getting ready to come out, what we've got available type of live stream where they have 400 to 500 people in the chat. Let's go up here. Let me find it real quick. Hold a sec. Bear with me, kids. Bear with me. All right, hold on. Let's do this. Oh. So they've got their own page, but they've got So they go live every Sunday, right? For about 2 hours. They try to keep it for 2 hours. And I want to say they go, well, it was 13 hours ago. They go pretty early. But basically, he goes through, answers questions. A lot of people asking about when their knives are coming in, what they're doing different.
When we drop it, it just sells out pretty much instantly. So that thing is, look, we're doing live. Like, where is my?
But I enjoy their live, right? So, and they do a giveaway, blah blah blah. So, if you ever are interested in who they are and you want to ask them questions, I've invited them on the show. They go to bed pretty early, and I'm sure they're going to come on a Friday Night Flicks one night and just chat. But since they do their live every Sunday, I usually jump in there and say, hey. But usually that's when I'm falling asleep. Guys, my schedule's been so flipped. It's insane. Absolutely. I don't doubt that at all. It says this is a reservation. I haven't looked. I know that they used to be calling it a pre-order, and it's the way that they do knives, it's not a pre-order. They've got a couple of partners right there in Georgia, and they send them out for heat treat. And I've really enjoyed them. But yeah, I totally get it. And there's a lot of, I don't understand as much the like the whole Survive Knives thing. I never understood how that could have gone on for so long and people were still buying into it. I just don't, because I would think the community would talk about, well, we're not getting our knives. I don't think there's been anybody that, I think people have waited, and I know I've listened to Tim talk about a bunch of knives being lost that they eventually finally found, but it was by UPS and they were looking for a private carrier. This was about a month ago. But they always get the knives in, right? They always get them delivered. They might be a little later, but it happens. Thank you, B for Baron. I appreciate it, brother. We're keeping it low key. I'm just as young as I was yesterday, this morning. It's all the same. Until I quit kicking, I will be, I think age is a number. Until something goes bad in your body, I guess. And I've been blessed with being lucky, but I appreciate it, buddy. But yeah, I can understand on customs, I guess. And because I know MC waited for a really long time for that knife that he got that was just gorgeous. And if you know what you are getting into going in, or you're kept up to date proactively, and if you ever send an email in with a question, it should be responded to within 24 hours. I'm not one who checks my email all the time, but I try to check it at least once a day. So yeah, I just don't think going into witness protection is good for anybody, and I don't think it makes sense to continue chasing stuff that's not being delivered. It's just weird to me. But I'm very simple. I'm a knife consumer. What is up, Spencer? What else did I have out tonight? I had some pretty cool stuff. I sharpened the shit out of this tonight. This is one of Satu's holograms that I went in and put a really nice edge on. And it's scary slicey. It was scary slicey before. Rob, I didn't see there was going to be a Kickstarter coming. And I don't understand Kickstarters. I would think, because I'm a big believer in fixed blades are gaining in popularity. Hey, Big Jimpin', especially if it's a good design, right? And I know you want to get an idea on how many to make, but I wouldn't think it would take a super long run for fixed blades. I would just drop a few, like 100, see what happens. Or if you know it's going to be more than that, depending on what your lander sales have been, I'm sure you could extrapolate back And I guess a Kickstarter makes sense, but I haven't looked at it. Let me pull it up. And I was real big into the banter, and I know the Lander's a really good knife, but I've not experienced one. Let's see. Oh, that's a video game. That's not what I want. Get me out of there. Let's go Lander 4 knife. All right. Is this it? I think this is, oh, this is the old Kickstarter. Hold on. Lander 3. Is it a Lander 3 or is it a Lander 4? I only see the Lander 3. Let's see when this was. April 9th, 2024. This is probably it. He probably said Lander 3 and I just probably added a day. Crossbar. Wait a minute. Is this one over? What's it say? No, 3, 640 backers. What's it made out of? What the fuck? S35, I'm sorry. I think it's a great looking knife. I like very simple knives. One of them, I don't have it out here, but I think the Kaiser Drop Bear, which I was very late to that party on, I think it's a great knife. It's very, very basic, you know. Todd, I wonder who. I mean, what I wondered if there was one particular person who used to, I guess you would say, promote them, because they did kind of like a, thank you, Ed. Not an apology, but kind of like a, these are some options you can take. But I don't know anybody who did them, and I would think, yeah, it's yeah, Todd, I've caught up on all the stuff recently, and I even saw that a couple of the most recent videos that are still delusional. I'm just curious. I was curious by the one. Let's see if I can find the guy that just burned only reviewers, and I'm sure there are reviewers that need to be burned, but he burned kind of all reviewers. He didn't, let's see, where's that dude? Let's go. Reviewers. And again, I think a lot of people are in it for, let's see. Here's a guy who came back and made a, where is it? All right. Bear with me, guys. Talk amongst yourself. Let's see. Survives, knives, death. Go that way. Maybe it'll pull it up. Rip. Controversy. I mean, yeah, people have been talking about them for years. All right, this is the one I'm talking about.
At Mint Mobile, we like to do the opposite.
Have y'all heard of the materialist? Have y'all heard of this guy? I'm not gonna play it because I don't want him to strike me, but he has this real interesting video where he writes it out and then he burns it, but the whole time he's talking about reviewers. When reviewers sell out, why would they lie? Who can you trust? The hard truth, blah blah blah. So anyway, I will share this for any of you, and I already thumbs down him, I think, but let's go ahead and let any of you who would like to, because I commented, I'll even go ahead and show you my comment. I wasn't mean. I believe that I'm going to pin it. Uh-oh. I pinned somebody else's. Oh, no, I didn't. Yep, I did. Did I? Unpin, yeah. Pin Todd card. Let's do this. Let's pin that. All right. So, the thing that... Let me find my comment. I guess this is kind of drama, but it's not really meant to be drama. It's just meant to be something... I mean, I'm sure a lot of people... Oh, he's got comments turned off. That's right. Which I also called him out on. So I went to another video. Hold on. I went to another video and commented. Whoops. I went to the wrong guy. Damn it. Let's go back here. All right. I know y'all could care less. But I cared enough to leave a comment. And I thought it was kind of a fucked up video because maybe I was having a bad day. I don't know. I don't think I was. I think he was calling out people to get clicks. But he didn't call anybody out. That's what bummed me out. I mean, if you got a problem with people, plus this picture's creepy. Which one did I go on? Which one did I comment on? Probably this one. Yeah. Oh, he replied. Enjoy your shadow ban, loser. Y'all go tell this guy to fuck off. Anyway, I said for some reason your comments are turned off on your Survive video. I wanted to share with you that 90% of us reviewers never mention Survive, and I've not heard of them until recently. If reviewers misled customers, which sucks, call them out. Don't group them all together. It makes you sound like you're generalizing and it's inaccurate. Also, turning off your comments is cowardly move when sharing your findings. I agree with a lot of what you say, but we don't associate with the same reviewers. I have no responsibility in the fuckery you describe. And he said, enjoy my shadow ban, loser. Whatever that means. Anyway, I thought that was funny. Yeah, feel free to go watch his take. I'm going to get him out of my life. Yeah, he does, doesn't he? Oh, did I? Did I get it fixed, Todd? But yeah, I just thought that was kind of rude, you know? I mean, all I was saying was, look, dude, if you got a reviewer that you got a problem with, call them out. I think the rest of us would like to know, but to say all reviewers are lying to you is kind of fucked up when you're doing the same thing, except you're just doing it in a very creepy, weird way, drawing on paper. What a fucking weirdo. But good thing I don't hold a grudge. Does it not show up on his page? Now, I didn't do it on his, the video that I left a comment on was this Mustang. And it shows up for me, but maybe he hid it. Interesting. But yeah, it was this video that I put the comment on. Let me share it. And I wouldn't be surprised if he hit it, because again, I would have thought he just said, yeah, maybe I should have, or whatever, just ignored it. That's what I would have done if I didn't agree with it. I would have ignored it. But to say, enjoy your shadow ban, what does that mean? From his channel? Cry me a river. See, if I was a prick, I'd report him for bullying. Yeah, he does for the main video. He never turned them on. But if you go to the next video, the one that I just linked, that's where I left the comment and called it cowardly to turn off the comments in the first video. And that's when he told me to enjoy my shadow ban. But I'm not a Survive fanboy. I know nothing about them. Could care less. I hate that people got hurt. I hate that it happened. But I think to say it's reviewers' fault, I don't even consider myself a reviewer. I'm an enthusiast who shares shit. But yeah, I'm definitely not a fan of this homeboy. Whoops. Nope, don't want to do that. He's probably the type that'll go after my channel or something. Yeah, he doesn't want, again, to me, I don't rarely ever leave comments. I don't. If somebody does a good job, I'll be like, sweet. Or if somebody posts something they built, I think it's cool. But very few times, and I bit my tongue, I've bitten my tongue on a reviewer I've wanted to talk about, who not many people here probably watch, but that makes them, that says things that I don't think is helpful to the community, because I don't necessarily think it's all valid. I think it's one person's opinion, and she fucks up companies, and she helps certain companies. Todd, DM me, buddy. I would love, I'd make a video about something like that. I'd go back and I'd watch and I'd say, this is kind of fucked up. That's, if you're going to bring out the negative in, whether it's a Ponzi scheme or bad business or people taking something to try to fuck over people, I think it's much more effective and credible to call people out. And I can go watch videos unless they've deleted them. But it's not, to me, to say, oh, all these people, it's like when this one person dogged on Metal Complex. And I'm not a Metal Complex fan, but I just thought it was rude to dog on Metal Complex for some reason, right? Yeah, he probably banned it or did something. Who knows, Ed? And that's cool. I'm not looking to start a flame war with him. I got his attention. I made my peace, and that's all I wanted to say was I think it's kind of time fuckery. But if somebody like Todd would send me some people who did, I would call out him. I would even try to edit and say made a video, wouldn't call people out, but I've learned about a few people who did, and I don't think all reviewers are these people. I'm sure there are more that I'm not aware of, but this dude is kind of an idiot, I don't mind going to video dueling with him. I have nothing to gain except just calling people out that did something obviously wrong. And I think if people were promoting something that you knew was either not good, wasn't worth the money, or much worse, was going to delay people that were your viewers a chance to get a knife, is fucking criminal. I think people should be canceled for that. And Todd, that's just disheartening. 'Cause, I can tell you there's not any amount of money that would make me want to lie or mislead anybody. On the second side of that, there is such little money in any of this crap unless you're getting millions of views, right? So if you're getting a ton of views, Google AdSense will pay you a decent wage, right? Maybe even a living wage, but you're never going to get it from promoting knives. I've never seen or would never play with the whole sponsored video concept. So I don't know how that works. I wouldn't think a company like Survive would be doing much more than, I don't know. But I would love to know. I don't necessarily want to dig into it, but I would like to. I think it's kind of fucked up if people were actually actively talking about them being, and you could say they have great knives, but they're not delivering knives. They can't seem to get their shit together, and the knives they are making, they're selling to retailers instead of sending out to people that paid for them. And I've seen a ton of those videos, people talking about all the issues. And maybe it's just because I wasn't plugged into the right feeds that I was never made aware of it or never even heard of them. And I do think that my little sphere of what I think is the knife community is probably really small because I'm a noob, which I think makes it fun. I love that he shadow banned me though. That's funny. I wonder how you can block somebody. I'd go in and block him just for shits and giggles. Let me see if I can figure that out. What was his name? Let's go to YouTube Studio. Let's go to, bear with me guys, I'm just playing something real quick. Let's see if I went to, I don't even know where this would be. Customization. No, they didn't do anything like that. Let's go to settings. Community. Standard moderators, approved users, hidden users. Ooh, I've got some hidden users. Please paste the channel URL. Taz. This option is disabled. All channels can redirect. Don't want that. Let's see. Block links. All channels can redirect. Allows other creators to send their viewers. What? Sorry, guys. I'm going back to this dude. YouTube. History. Let's find the quickest way to find it here. And I know I'm boring the shit out of y'all because I'm so slow and I don't have two screens. And I'm sorry. I'm talking to all of you, even though I'm really not. But in spirit, I am. Let's see. List. Let's see if the guy even shows up in search. No. I gotta go minimalist survive. All right. Survive. Nice. Where is that cocksucker? He's got to be in here somewhere. Down at the bottom. Under the fold. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? There he is. Boom. Copy. Close. Go back here. Pop him in there. Paste. Comma. So, what's that mean? Paste it. What's the hidden user? Let's see. Let me click on that. Comments and live chats from this user won't show up. I like it. I like it. Because it doesn't look like I can make him go away. All right, guys. That was me being petty. El Cap Addict. Eh. You might be right. Let me go back in here. I don't necessarily want him coming in stirring shit just because I don't really dig with that. But let's do this. Let's go into community. Got a shitload of moderators. And I will go down here to, where'd he go? The Marshallist. I'll remove him. He can still be in lives and leave shit. But I did. I took him out for now. If I get any bad juju from him. Todd, that's something I really need to go to more, and I never do, is Blade forums. I just spend so much time in my little world of YouTube. I don't see how people do it. Well, I guess MC doesn't do a ton of editing, but I don't see how people do a ton of videos each day. Unless they've got a lot of, stuff to review. But yeah, to me it takes a lot of time. And I don't put a lot of time into the actual recording of the video. It's just thinking about it and then getting it to fucking go to YouTube. That for the last 2 weeks has been a nightmare. I've been up the last 2 nights just because I've tried to put up different videos that I've got staged. I had other videos staged, some of these QSPs, TPKs, but till like 4:30 the last 2 nights, waiting for it to process to see if it was going to be able to be shown. And again, I don't have anything against him. He's one dude. There's other guys that have been, much more humble. I just think it's kind of a weird response, and I'm bad about reading comments. You guys know that. I don't even go in there. But if somebody leaves me a shitty comment, which I do have some, let's find one. And I'll just always go, thanks for watching. Appreciate your comment. Let's see. I'm a lie. To each their own, a bit gaudy taste. So I ought to go heart reply. Thank you for watching. Heart. See, usually that's how I play it. I'm not looking to get in. And I know a lot of people, not necessarily in the knife world, but a lot of people who let their comment section consume them, and they spend a lot of time defending positions or something somebody said. And I look at it as it's like the internet. Our community is, I feel like, really close, but it's still the internet. You still have people that come in that try to take advantage of people, that talk shit. Most of them are just playing. But, I could see how if you went outside the people that are in your normal chats, and especially doing shorts, because I get a couple thousand views on shorts that most people just shit on, which is fine with me. And I just don't respond to them, because it would be, A, it would take a really long time. B, I'm not going to change anybody's mind, because most of them are from overseas where they've got different laws. And it just doesn't do anything for my mental health, good or bad, right? I guess because I'm not doing this for any type of perceived clout or where I feel like I want to be thought of as someone who knows more than people that come to watch, because I feel like we all learn together. I learned as much shit from you guys, I'm sure, if not more, because that's communicate with more of you guys than you guys do with just me, then you guys learn from me. So I just look at it that way. And then when you've got people that I've never been aware of, but they're out there that are either agenda driven, and a lot of it I've learned from other genres of channels. The whole YouTube recipe is for clicks. However you get those clicks, whether you get those clicks with very vague thumbnails, there's an art to it. I don't subscribe to it. I just put shit in there that I think will give somebody an idea of what they're going to see. If they don't want to see it, fine. But you can do a lot of things with thumbnails, with a little bit of not false advertising, but shenanigans in terms of click here to see the coolest shit ever. Or, you know, you can, there are other ways to inflate your numbers. I get emails from companies all the time offering all kinds of little nefarious ways, for example, to when I release a video, to give it, I forget how many comments and views, to put it into the next level of getting impressions served. And I've always thought, and I've always read, and it's very inexpensive, but if you ever do stuff like that and you don't do it consistently, A, I don't think it's legit or organic, and B, it hurts your channel, because anybody can look in and see spikes. Anybody who would want to partner with you to let you represent their stuff, whether you wanted to or not, they're going to look at your peaks and valleys. And there's just a lot of ways. I know that you guys have probably, and I won't talk about Kick because it's a crazy platform, but they view bot all their live streams. So about 70% of the people commenting in any of those goobs live streams are bots, because it makes it look like there are more people engaging. It brings more people in from outside because the activity is still on the servers. It's just there are a lot of ways to game the system, but I don't think any of them make for a credible long-term journey into a knife world, if that's what you're about, which is what I'm about. I don't have any delusions of or grandeur or drama, even though that dude's, I feel like banning him again or shadowing him. But yeah, Survive. And again, I don't know. I think there was some, and I've heard people say that Guy, whoever that was a perfectionist, and he might have been on the spectrum to some sense. I'm not making excuses because it's still a business. But for some reason, he thought he could pull it out. I don't know why. And I don't know why people around him wouldn't have helped him see the light. I think he was the victim of a lot of predatory lending. That doesn't make him excused by any means. I think that's crazy. I've just seen it happen in a business that I was in 15 years ago. But, you know, it's unfortunate. And I think the cheesiest part was to come in and say that here's some solutions, and none of them seem to take care of the people that were initially hurt. It's just, it sucks. But Todd, I would love for you to shoot me, and I can understand if you don't want to, but you could shoot me a few video links. You wouldn't have to name a soul. I would never name you. I would just possibly put together not a response video to him in kind of a weird way, without calling him out, because I couldn't call him out, because that could be, he would flag me for bullying. I would just say, you know, I think this is a terrible situation. I've heard some knife pundits refer to it as a reviewer problem. I'm aware of a few reviewers that might have had some reviews after the fact, like X, and then link the video, or Y and link the video, but I don't see every reviewer on here, and I've never heard of them. But I really don't even need to do that, because the situation's over. This guy, for whatever reason, wanted to make that video and turn comments off for a reason, and I'm sure a lot of it was because he didn't want I'm sure Survive, like all knife companies, has a group of fanboys. But don't be scared of fanboys. Don't be scared of the internet. If you put out a perspective that is going to be controversial, welcome the varying points of people's thoughts so you can maybe get an idea of why people did what they did or feel the way they do. To go in and say, I don't want to know what people think. I want to say it, and then I want to hide behind Granny. To me, it's just a pussy move. I just don't see it. El Cap, please send it to me, dude. Was it that dude? And I'm sure people do all the time. Ed, all of my shorts get viewed about 58 to 60% US. The other bulk is India. I get very few in Asia, and I'll show you. Hold on. Go to shorts. Well, let me go to audience. Hold on. This is how we do it. We go audience. And then we go shorts. Let's see. All right, here we go. Nothing goes, I've never had anything go viral. And I forget that young YouTuber who has gone super viral. Can y'all see this? All right. So what this is showing is, this is showing my, most of my people see shorts. I put out like 6 or 7 shorts a day. That's why I think I get a lot of subscribers. I need to post more along when people that allegedly watch my viewers are online, but I don't. But United States, let me go to shorts. That was going to change. Hold on. All right, here we go. Shorts. 31% US, 6.4 Russia. This has changed. 4.4 Germany, 4.0 Indonesia or India, then Indonesia. I don't think China's seeing any of them, guys. South Korea. But like United States is seen at 125,000 shorts. And I put out a lot of shorts. And then Russia's seen 25,000. That's the next closest. So mainly US. And then traffic sources are the shorts feed. And this is just shorts. And then what's weird is the one that always does the best almost every time, and it's paid for itself, is this little Midgard Messer neck axe. You've seen that little crazy thing, right? I did have one chickadee that went pretty crazy. Oh, got 11,000, but every other top short is my Midgard Messer little axe. It's crazy. El Cap Addict, are you serious? You guys need to send me some links so I can go investigate, because he does look like a crazy dude. And I'm not worried about him showing up. I mean, I think if you're not going to slander somebody, free speech is good. I mean, talk all you want, right? Steven, I love it. I mean, I think it's a great little axe. I really enjoy it. I've taken it apart. It's made really well. And I'm a Midgard Messer fan. Until I got And I'm still a Midgard Messer fan. But for ridiculous knives that I love, this little Tops mini roughneck, look how thick this is. It is an absolute little club. It doesn't cut for shit. I need to go sharpen it. I need to go play with it. Maybe I'll do that after the live. But it is a cool little knife. A couple of places have it in stock. I think Amazon had a few. Comes with that little belt clip that I really didn't like, and I read that a lot of people, you can bend it back and unscrew it and take it off, and then you can use it with straps. But the way that this sheath's set up, it actually works best as a belt clip, because you can scout it or carry it vertically. And Todd, it's almost too thick for a pry bar. I mean, it literally, if I showed you my pry bar, it is thinner. But it's definitely a cool little knife. It balances well. It's got, can't really read it, but it says USA Roughneck, I'm sorry. Tops. What's that steel? Uh-oh, I'm gonna have to break out my little magnifying glass to see what the steel is. What is spring steel? SPRING. And I remember Keith the Knife Freak used to make some those channel box openers for MC and B's out of spring steel. Is that like 1040? That's what that's made out of. And I took it out of the sheath one day, and I absolutely cut the shit out of myself. Rob 10 ring, I got 2 of mine on the secondary because I let people know, 5160 Paul, that's probably what it is. But if you follow Jacob on Instagram and you shoot him a DM and you say, hey man, I know you drop them to River's Edge Cutlery, I know you drop some on your page, I really would like to get a chance to get one. He will work with you and he will kind of give you heads ups. He helped me. I still had to get it at River's Edge Cutlery, but I knew when it was going to drop. And they're great little knives. I used to just love them and carry them all the time. And then I really became a fan of a little bit bigger EDC because I could still carry it in my back pocket like this, or my Bokers, or my little Big Idea Co. Or I even love these ring knives that I used to never think I would want a ring knife, but these are so thin and I can hold it between the ring if I want to. Super slicey. And then this is a little on the large size. So this Axon, even though I love it, because I love the Vero Axon, which I'm about to put washers in, this would be more of a primary knife. So I've always noticed that Joseph carries his fixed blades in his right pocket. I just like to have a folder to fuck with, right? And guys, did y'all see the Pina Bravo? I don't have it here, but that came back from Satu Dave. If you want to see an absolutely sick thin hologrind, hold on. Let me share something with you. Let's go right here. And let's go right here. All right, I'm going to share something with you. I'm going to stop the music temporarily. And I'm going to share this. I'm going to fast forward it so y'all don't have to see all of it. All right. Whoops. Check out the grind on this. My buddy, look how thin that is. That is so sick. Let me find the paper. Where's the paper? I'm missing it. Anyway, that's kind of a fail on the paper, but sometimes it's not the knife, it's me. I'm holding it at a weird angle under the camera. I will too, Todd. I love stainless, and I'll tell you a little knife that was gifted to me. Where did I put it? And I've started following the guy on Instagram. Where did I put it? Anyway, have y'all heard of carry development? That same guy did, El Calf Addict? That's so funny. Send me some of those. If you can screenshot them, I think that would be hilarious. And then I'll decide if I want to go ham on his page, which probably not, but I might silence him because he does sound like he's unhinged. I think that's funny though. And dude, I would even take a if y'all find, and I should do this myself, but any of the hate comments, I will read them one live stream. I will read any hate comment about me. I think it's great. Thank you, Rob. I appreciate it, guys. I appreciate y'all hanging with me. I've enjoyed it, and I enjoy hanging with you guys. I've got nothing else to do. Except go stalk our, let's see what he's doing. Let's see what his last video was. Oh. I'm not even going to look. Because again, very good knife company, Mantis. Oh, then I was going to show you all the carry development. Hold on. Very nice company, Mantis. Let me go back and see if I got that right. Very good. Oh, yeah. See, that's a great EDC shape, I think. Let me share. Whoops. Did that quit sharing or is it still sharing? Whoops. There we go. It is still sharing. I like it. I'm going to see if I can show you guys. I don't know if it's still here. Hold on a sec. I don't know if it's still available, but let me. There's this little fixed blade that I'd never heard of before. Maybe y'all have heard about them. And they had it on sale, but it might have sold out. Let's see. Where is that little guy? I'll tell you, those Benny Jacks don't seem to be moving as fast as all all the other Jack Wolves. Just noticing that they seem to be on a lot of let me find this knife, guys. Here it is. Have y'all ever heard of Bald Man Knife Company? I think this little knife is really cool for an EDC. It's olive micarta and magna cut. It is a little dude. Comes in at 5 inches with a 2.5-inch blade. So that's the same size as a chickadee. And I think that is just a neat little knife. Bald Man Knife and Tool Cicada. So let's do this. Let's go to Bald Man Knife. Can y'all still see? Are y'all still with me? All right. Whoops. 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 Where the fuck did it go? Here it is. All right. Ooh, I saw this earlier and shared it. This mini albatross looks neat too. A little expensive, but that's magna cut. That is 6.5 inches. And he makes some beaters too. All right, so now what we're going to do as a tribe before we end is we're going to go to Instagram. We're going to go Bald Man. We're going to see if we can find him because I know I'm not following him. Maybe I am. Is it Bald Man Blades? Let's see. No. It is not. Uh-oh. What did it do? All right. Let's go Bald Man Knife and Tool. Surely he's on. There he is. All right. Let's share. And then we're going to so I'm going to follow him. He's got 29,000 followers. Guys, he looks like he makes some really cool knives. I've never experienced one, but look at that little guy. That's that little one that's available at River's Edge Cutlery. But cool stuff. And the other one I was going to show you real quickly was Carry Development. And he's been making some pretty cool knives. A knife that was given to me a while back was one of his earlier ones, which was kind of like it was way earlier than these. But he makes some neat little knives. He's on Instagram. I follow him a lot. There are a lot of makers out there that are making cool little knives that aren't super expensive. One of my favorites is Aries EDC. I know y'all know Scott. And he is just making some absolute amazing, amazing knives. But guys, I totally appreciate y'all hanging out. Appreciate you celebrating my B-Day with me. Have a great night. Have a great week. I'll put something together cool for Friday. We'll make sure some member love's in there. And, always look out for each other, guys. And send me any hate. It won't affect me. I'll just enjoy it. And I think it's funny that people get so touchy. It's kind of, it's odd. I mean, I understand it, I guess, but not really. But guys, I love y'all. Hang out, hang in there, look out for each other. I appreciate each and every one of you.